Time now for Brunswick Chamber Highlights on ATMC Television Channel 3. Bringing you the best of Brunswick.
Good day, Brunswick County. I'm Kathy Altman, President of the Brunswick County Chamber of Commerce and your host of Brunswick Chamber Highlights. We're building community and supporting business. Today's guests include Rebecca Albin of the First Tee of Brunswick County and Brian Keith and Jim Whitmire, the morning disaster team of the Bone radio station. Let's first welcome Rebecca Albin. Rebecca, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let's find out a little bit about who you are and what brought you to Brunswick County for the First Tee of Brunswick County.
Okay. I'm originally from Princeton, West Virginia, which is in the southern part of the state. We're about an hour and a half south of our capital. And I worked for an organization in Beckley which sponsored various programs and partnerships, and one of those was the First Tee of West Virginia. So I got involved with the program there and had been with that organization for about 7 years and with the First Tee of West Virginia for 5 years or so. And the position in Brunswick County came open, and this chapter is absolutely phenomenal, just doing a lot of really innovative, exciting things, and it was a wonderful opportunity for me, and decided to move to the beach and started a new chapter.
Well, we hope you're enjoying Brunswick County and our beautiful beaches.
Oh, I love it. I left 8 inches of snow. That's what I keep telling everyone, so I couldn't be happier here right now.
Couldn't be happier, because you can go out on the beach in February here.
Absolutely.
You know, so, well, tell us a little bit about what your direction for the First Tee of Brunswick County is going to be headed for the future, and what kind of programs and ideas that you have.
We actually are in the process of doing strategic planning for the next 5 to 6 years with our board of directors as we speak. And we've been engaged in that for quite some time now, and the vision for the First Tee of Brunswick County is just to continue to grow our programming to impact the lives of as many youth as possible through the game of golf. And as I mentioned, with the program that we do, we have what you would consider the typical The First Tee programming that you would see from chapter to chapter. We also do some really innovative and new energizing programs as well. We're very excited about those and plan to continue them in the future. One of the biggest programs that we have right now, and again, only one other chapter in the nation does this, is our school day programming. And it's a phenomenal representation of the partnership we have with the Brunswick County school systems. All 10 of the elementary schools actually put their 4th and 5th graders on a bus during the school day, and they come to our facility or to an affiliate golf course for golf skills programming and the life skills programming during the school day. So it's wonderful. It speaks volumes about the program because the teachers, the principals, and all of the supervisors are willing to give up this curriculum and training time in the classroom because they're seeing the benefits of our character education program and of our life skills curriculum.
And that's something I wanted to touch on. It's not that you just teach children how to play the game of golf.
Right.
The life skills and the social skills that are built in with that, how to work with each other. Let's talk a little bit about that and how that has impacted the participants and then those that they reach out to.
Absolutely. I always tell people that when you come to see our programs or when we show pictures and videos of what we're doing, you obviously are going to see kids on the golf course. You're going to see kids with golf clubs in their hand, learning how to swing, learning how to make a putt, but golf is just the vehicle that we use. And it's the perfect vehicle because there are core values inherent to the game of golf: courtesy, respect, integrity, honesty, judgment, that fit perfectly into this life skills experience curriculum. And again, you're going to see our kids out on the golf course the entire time because what we do is seamless. We make sure that the activity is seamless and fun. So the kids are learning about how to be respectful, how to make proper decisions, how to eat healthy, and how to treat their bodies well, but they're doing it while they're enjoying the game of golf and while they're enjoying the company of other kids and our adult volunteers as well.
And it's a very low cost for those students to participate.
Absolutely. We do charge fees. All of our fees are really minimal though. They range range, depending upon the program, around $25 per session. But we never want to turn a child away. So if there's any reason that a participant could not afford the $25 or whatever the programming fee is, we simply waive that fee. We don't ask any questions. The parent or guardian just simply needs to let us know that they'd like the fee to be waived, and we do that without hesitation.
And so then you supplement that with fundraisers throughout the year.
Absolutely. We are responsible 100% for all of our budget. So we do the majority of what we do to raise funds is in the community. We do a lot of local fundraising, special events. We work with some corporations, but mostly individuals in this community. And Brunswick County is phenomenal in terms of the volunteer support that we get and in terms of the monetary donations that we receive. So it's great. One of the biggest fundraisers that we have planned is actually going to be June 11th, which is a Saturday. It's at St. James. We're going to be on all 81 holes at St. James Plantation. So it's very exciting. And special
will these
event for
all
us.
be students out on the course?
No, these are all going to be
okay.
adults. They're our participants or our supporters for the program coming out to play, and it's a great opportunity to play
And
some
is this
good
in
courses.
partnership with, what organization is helping sponsor this? Or are you building a partnership with another organization to put on the golf tournament?
The golf tournament is
just
for the first
okay.
tee, just for the first tee. And of course, we do have some corporations that are helping as our corporate sponsors, but the program is specifically for the first tee.
And do you still have availability if someone wants to play, or are you sold out already?
We absolutely do. The course is filling up quickly, but we do still have foursomes available. So if anyone would like to play, we'd love to have them out there with us.
Sponsorship opportunities as well?
Absolutely, always, yes.
So tell us what else, what do you see? I know you've got your programming and your strategic planning. What else do you see for the first tee of Brunswick County in a 5-year, 10-year goal?
I think that the face of the organization will be changing dramatically. We have been very blessed. Our founders, Rusty and Carol Petrie, have donated the land that we currently have, and it's roughly 20-some acres, and we actually have 3 target greens, and it's set up to play a sloped and graded 18-hole course, so it's phenomenal, and it's for use with our kids only. We also just received 9 acres directly adjacent to that, and we are in the process of building a 9-hole par 3 Tom Watson design golf course, again, just for the use of our kids, so that it's a wonderful opportunity for kids to have a green grass facility where they can come and they can play, and they know that there's never going to be a question about availability. In addition to that, the golf course is going to be closed on both ends by a driving range. We have a double-ended driving range. It's a little over 450 yards from end to end, so it's the perfect course for kids. Also with that, another really innovative project that this chapter has going on is what we're calling the North Carolina Life Skills and Leadership Academy. And that essentially is a residential facility where kids can come from Brunswick County, across North Carolina, South Carolina, and the nation, really. They can come to this facility, spend 1 night, 2 nights a week, and be immersed in the golf experience, but more importantly, the life skills experience and the curriculum that we're developing and delivering to the kids. So it's going to be a wonderful opportunity. We are moving ground for that right now, and it's exciting. Every day on my way into work, I can see where they've moved dirt or they're getting ready to, lay the foundation. It's been phenomenal to see that happen. But we're hoping that summer of next year we'll be able to welcome our first overnight residents for that facility in. And again, it's a one-of-a-kind facility. There's not another chapter in the nation that has their own residential life skills and leadership academy that's 100% for their kids. And our chapter is really focused on making sure that everything that we do is 100% for the kids in our community.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, as a person, I'm not a golfer. I do like to try. Do you offer any type of lessons or programs for the general public that may want to learn how to play but can't afford to go out to a professional? Not saying that first tee's not professional, but
right.
Do you offer that to the general public?
We are working, as far as the parents of our participants go, we're working to deliver some golf lessons with some of our area pros who are incredibly supportive of what we're doing. They're wonderful. And allowing the parents to come out with their participants. We also, from time to time, host special events at our facility that are open to the general public where there are those opportunities to maybe be exposed to the game of golf in a setting that's a little bit less intensive and overwhelming for someone who's new to the game. But in ties with that, we also are always looking for volunteers, and you don't have to be a golfer. It's a huge misconception that everyone that we want to bring into the program as a volunteer has to be a phenomenal golfer. That's not true. If you think that the program is worthwhile, which it definitely is, and you have an interest in serving or volunteering, we will we'll make use of whatever skills that you have. You know, it could be anything from being with the kids. For our school day programming, we have up to 75 kids at our facility at one time, and sometimes we just need bodies to make sure that the kids are obeying safety instructions and they're in the proper safety zones. And again, more than anything, our program is about delivering life skills and core values and building those healthy relationships with adults. A lot of the kids that we see, they don't have those healthy relationships, and when they come to the First Tee program, that means a lot to them. So you don't have to be a golfer. We would love to have anyone. And then if you do come and volunteer and you're not a golfer, that gives you the opportunity to learn a little bit as well. So.
And then I would think there also you would reach out to people that they may want to participate but they don't have the time, but maybe they could make donations and actually sponsor a child so they could go through the program.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are always looking for individuals who are willing to donate any resources that they have, and obviously we would rely a lot upon the financial donations as well, especially with this upcoming Life Skills and Leadership Academy. We have some great opportunities to make donations and to be honored and recognized on that building permanently for that. So we're always seeking those donations from individuals.
Now, I know you're new to the area. Did you have an idea of what Brunswick County offered before you came? Were you aware of the golfing communities that we have here? And how have you found the community? How have they welcomed you? And tell us what you think about our beautiful county.
Yeah. Well, I knew about the First Tee of Brunswick County. The First Tee of West Virginia is in the same region. And again, this chapter is so strong, and they're doing so many exciting, dynamic things that I had actually come to visit the First Tee of Brunswick County in my former position. So very familiar with what the chapter itself was doing, and have taken a regular golf trip to this area with the club that I play with at home. So I knew a little bit about the golf courses and what there was in terms of beaches, golf courses, entertainment, things like that. But as far as the community and the people in it, I had no idea. I mean, to go out and say that our chapter has 300 active volunteers, you get this look of awe on people's faces because they don't believe it. But this community is so blessed with its volunteers and being so active and participating in the programs that we have here, and it's wonderful, and it's heartwarming, and it means a lot to us and to our kids as well.
Excellent, excellent. So what else would you like for our viewers to know about the First Tee of Brunswick County, and maybe how can they become involved? How do they reach out to you?
Okay. We are actually getting ready to go into summer camp mode. We have summer camps just about every week through the summer, so we're looking at 6 to 8 camps. We also have some other activities. We have Saturday par 3 scrambles for our kids that are just learning to play and they want a golf course experience. We have the Summer Academy, which is in early August, where we actually have participants from across our region, from other chapters, come in and they stay with residents at St. James and have a wonderful opportunity to play the courses across the county and get a more in-depth life skills experience. In order to support all of the programs that we have going on, we really need volunteers, so we're heavily and actively recruiting volunteers always, but right now especially for summer programming. In addition to that, we have, as I mentioned before, the school day programming, which is our elementary school kids getting off the school bus, coming to our facility and spending time with us. That's going to be our big focus and our big push when we get to the fall. School day programming it's a phenomenal opportunity for us to reach 100% of the kids across the county in these elementary schools. It takes away our need to worry about the participants' ability to have transportation to programs or the availability of resources to get that child there. It lets us see every child in the school system that we need to see. So school day programming is a big, big part of what we do, and it means a lot to us, and we're really in need of volunteers for that program as well. So if anyone is interested in volunteering for the summer or school day programming, and that's across the county for school day programming, both here at our facility in Shallotte that we call Chingali Creek. And then we also have programming in the north at Magnolia Greens and at St. James as well. So if we have any volunteers that are interested, please feel free to contact me. We do a full orientation and training, so we don't just drop you in there. We make sure that you're comfortable and you know the program, but we would love to have anybody out that has any interest in our program at all.
Several years ago, the 3 chambers in the county, we held a tri-chamber after hours and involved the children. And I was so struck by their passion for what they're learning. And they said, you know, we've learned how to shake hands properly.
Yeah.
We've learned respect. I was so touched by all of those children because they truly could see what the mission is,
Right.
and how to live it and how to be it.
Right.
And I applaud the efforts of the First Tee of Brunswick County, because you really have taken children and shown them how to excel, how to grow. And I think that's a wonderful thing.
It's amazing. And again, school day programming, if you want to see something impressive, come to school day programming and observe and watch 75 4th and 5th graders get off the bus, tuck their shirts in, and then walk by and shake hands and say hello to all of our coaches. It's a very impressive sight.
I'm sure it is. I would love to participate in
Wonderful. We'd love to have you out there.
Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Let's now welcome Jim and Brian from the Bone Radio. Brian, Jim, from the Morning Disaster Show of Bone Radio, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Glad you're here with us. Everybody wants to know, why is it called the Morning Disaster?
Jim, back to you.
I believe Brian named the show, actually. So, Brian, back to you.
It was when I first got the job, way back when, it was on one of our commercial logs, and was a joke that's what they named the morning show. That's
The Morning Disaster.
From that point forward, yeah.
And how long have you two been working together as a team?
Way too long.
Too long?
This is actually 20 years.
20 years.
20 years. Yeah, it's an anniversary, so, you know, if anybody would like to throw us a party or anything, we are
Give us a
available.
date and we'll see what we can come up with.
Be happy to come down here to Brunswick County, have a nice big party.
20 years. What am I doing with my life?
20 years. Now, Brian, where did you grow up?
Well, actually, I was part of the royal family until that incident with the Queen's bathroom and a pack of firecrackers.
Then they booted you out, and then you're a commoner.
North Carolina, right?
Okay.
And came to the Wilmington area in 1983.
1983, and they've kept you.
Yeah, no one's found out I'm here, and so I've been here ever since.
And did you always think you wanted to be in radio?
Yes, and there was no one there to guide me away from that terrible mistake.
Jim, same thing with you?
How can I follow that?
I don't know.
Actually, I've lived in Wilmington since junior high. We moved here in junior high. My dad used to run WECT TV6.
Well, excuse me. Yeah. Big money.
And did you think you always wanted to be in radio broadcasting?
Something in communications. Since, you know, I grew up with it with my dad, and I was around. I actually really wanted to do sports. I used to do a lot of sports on
Which
radio.
I know you're very involved with, because you coach a girls' basketball team in Wilmington.
Yeah, 20 years of doing that, too, yeah.
So another party to throw for you.
Well, you know,
I think it's about time you retire.
As many parties. Well, we've won a few championships, so, you know, maybe so.
I was talking about from radio.
From radio. And I know both of you are very involved in the community as well, not just being on the radio, but you do a lot of other projects and programs, and of course I know you help the chamber out on occasion judging food contests.
That's probably the toughest thing I had to do all year. Recently doing the Brunswick stew contest, I had to actually sit at a table, and people brought me samples of Brunswick stew. How many? 11?
12.
12. And I had to taste every one of them.
Tough job.
It was tough.
But you did a good thing, because I think everybody loved what was happening.
You know, I like to cook, so you don't trust a skinny chef, so I think I was well picked for that job.
Now, Jim, you judged it a year ago.
I was able to do it last year, yeah. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy it, and of course we've come down and played in your golf tournament too, which we enjoy immensely. Yeah, we've done a lot in the community. Anything we can do, we like to get out and get involved with community involvement and charity work.
Mainly because the judge tells us we have to.
Because the
We have to
judge.
get enough hours. Yeah.
Get enough. Oh, I've got you. Community service.
Right, right.
Now, the Bone Radio is 103.7 FM, and that's part of CCOM.
Right.
There are 2 other stations as part of that group, and that's the Penguin and
The Big Talker.
Big Talker.
Which is our FM talk station. And we've just added one called Radio Maxima.
Okay, very good. That would be for our Hispanic listeners, or
Yes.
for those of us that are trying to learn Spanish. Maybe I can actually follow along.
Yeah, they're going to be way out there in the community. They're going to be broadcasting all the Hammerhead soccer games. So they're just getting started, and I think it's going to be a good thing.
I've always wondered, and I know I've asked you before, you do not meet before you go on air to talk about what your talking points for the day show. You just go in there and you roll with it.
Well, to a certain degree. We try not to talk to each other anytime we're not at work.
That's so true.
But the day before, we have a stencil, a clock that we go by that shows how many breaks we do an hour, and we try to put something there in each spot. So we have a basic idea. Now, that may change because overnight news may change, with the bin Laden thing.
Right.
For example, you come in on that Monday morning, and it's the biggest news story in 10 years, so you obviously have to change the template to go with the news of the day. So, but for the most part, yeah, there's a lot of times we do wing it.
You just wing it.
Especially when you're there.
Especially, well, of course. I mean, I'm not a certified guest, I guess. I just go in there
Just certified.
Just certified. Certified.
Our conversations in the morning are pretty much, I'll be there before Brian. He'll come in and go, "Hey, buddy, good morning." I'll say, "Good morning." That's it.
And that's it.
And then we both sit in front of the computers and
and
do
then
what we
just
need to do.
do
and
what
then,
you do.
Yeah, we start the show. Huh?
Yeah.
But then, of course, your day doesn't end at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I usually end mine about 8:30.
Because then you're in production, and then you have live remote broadcasts.
Sure
and,
we are.
And you're in Charlotte and Brunswick County a lot.
Actually, we are. We're down here quite a bit. And a lot of folks in this area love to tune into the station, as opposed to maybe listening to a station across the border or one of the other Wilmington stations. We get great response every time we come down here. So.
And I understand why, because, I love the format that you have. Don't roll your eyes at me. I do. I'm a classic rock fan. But what I find interesting is that on some morning shows on radio stations, it gets a little monotonous and boring, but we never know what y'all are going to say. And so you're always listening to see what's going to be the next funny comment or the top 5. And
right.
I want to know, do you develop the top 5 or does someone else develop the top 5?
We have a team of writers.
Oh, yeah. We have a home office that's located in a dove field in a mobile home in Yamacraw, if you're familiar with the northern part of our listening area. And they do a great job if you feed them things like moon pies and
RC colas.
That's all they get.
And it's pretty much their pay scale.
So what's next in the chapter of the Morning Disaster? What do you see? Where do you see yourselves in 5 years?
Well, Jim is going to retire and work at Walmart. I'm going
Good greeter.
Right. I'm going to continue on to some wild fame. I'm sure of it. I've been waiting 20 years. It's bound to happen any time.
Well, this may be the vehicle for you.
This could be it. Someone watching. Hello. If you're out there, help me, please, won't you? Call today.
Our own TV show is what we've always wanted.
But
This
seriously,
could be it.
and Jim, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh my goodness
This
gracious!
ought to be good.
That's an excellent question. I'm
Some
enjoying
sort of adult care, maybe.
possibly so.
Because
at
y'all
my
been
age.
doing this together for so long. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
You're telling me.
we know that every day when we get in there, we see each other go, "Oh, you're still here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
whatever."
you're not
No, I
dead
mean,
yet.
as long as you're enjoying it, that's what I've always said. As long as you're having a good time and enjoying yourself, keep doing it. And as long as, luckily, people want to listen, and folks want you to still come to work.
And that's the funny thing about it. Continually, our management keeps putting a check in our box, so we feel obligated to come back the following Monday.
well, how has the internet changed radio? I know you're very big Facebookers.
Mm-hmm.
How is all of that relating to radio? I mean, there are people out there, so you're reaching out to more and more listeners, gaining membership and listenership.
It's changed a lot for me because I've learned to read.
Well,
And Jim's learned to type with 2 fingers.
We've done
So y'all
well.
are a great team.
No, I mean, Facebook, you mentioned Facebook. That is really important nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of radio stations, including ours, have even gotten away from, like even websites because Facebook is so current, so quick. I mean, you can get on
it's
Facebook.
right there.
You can put a question on there, say something to somebody, immediately you get a response. You can do contests on Facebook. So that's changed everything.
There are still some purists, though, that you have to communicate by phone, which is fine with us, too. We have a trivia contest every morning, and people kind of wait by the phone to hear what the question is going to be so they can chime in every day. And even people that aren't even eligible to win, let's say they've won in the last 30 days, they still have to try to call in to see if they got the answer.
And, of course, our viewers want to know, does that 30 days, is that for each contest or is it an overall thing? Like if I won last week on any contest, I can't call in for another 30 days.
Oh, you can call in all you want.
But I just can't
But
win.
you may not be able to come pick up your prize.
Sometimes you'll try to come pick up your prize, and then they'll realize up front, wait a minute, I've just seen her.
Right.
But no, yeah, you can call in as much as you want. But yeah, 30 days, I mean, I think that's pretty standard for,
that is standard.
for most companies.
But you know, someone like me that listens all the time, I want to win it. But I have to be very honest. If I know I can't go to whatever tickets you're giving away, I won't call in.
And that we appreciate because it's so funny. We found that over the years. I mean, it's serious. It happens. As many times as you'll do a contest and you'll say, like, all right, we got tickets to a show tomorrow night, and we'll say, make sure you can go. As soon as first person who wins the contest, they'll be like, oh, what'd I win?
Yeah, what did I win?
And then they'll be like, well, it's the I can't go.
Right.
It's like, okay,
Okay.
thank you.
What about all the other
Yeah, I mean,
millions of
I know.
listeners that
oh,
want
the millions, yes.
Millions.
Millions.
Yeah,
I like the way
That's rich.
she thinks. I like this.
I should be on your marketing team.
She's our new agent, did I mention?
I have an application here somewhere.
So tell us what programs are coming up for the summer. I know you do the World Tour. Is that coming up again this summer?
I have a feeling,
So,
yes.
yeah, I think
yes,
we'll
that'll be back.
You'll see us standing in front of a Scotchman doing the show at some point. We usually wait till the hottest day of the year before we go out.
Of course.
It's usually when we go out. And then we have a thing called the Bone Factor.
Bone Factor, yeah, we're doing that now all the way through the summer. And what that is anytime we're out at an event, we're going to have a little, I'm sure you've seen it, the little flip camera with us.
Yes.
They can take the quick video. You come by, do any kind of crazy talent you want to do. It can be normal or it could be crazy, which we hope it'll be more crazy. We'll videotape you, and then eventually we're going to get it down to a certain number of finalists. We'll have a big event somewhere. Everybody will come out. They'll do their talent live, and the winner will get what we call the golden ticket, which is 2 tickets to every single show that we get tickets for the next year.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got to come up with some talent.
Absolutely. I
Do
need
you
some
sing?
talent. No, I do not sing. But I'll come up with something.
All right.
Okay.
It can be anything.
It can
So
be
you just-
anything.
juggle?
I can learn.
Okay.
Certainly.
Just come out to any of our events.
I'll
and,
go to
tell
clown
us.
school or something.
Oh, there you go. That could work. It might work.
And that's going on all throughout the summer, so be thinking about, what your special talent is.
So that's sort of like the X Factor, but it's
Exactly.
now will Simon Cowell put in an appearance?
No, we just have his shirt. One black shirt he wears all the time. We're going to carry it around
Sometimes
with
it's
us.
gray.
Right, yeah, it's true. He does have a gray
I
one.
guess he washed it too many times. And what else is going on? I know you do trivia night. You did the office trivia challenge.
Yeah, we did that. We've
which
got, of course,
our office
you
did
guys
not
participated.
win.
You
We did
well.
participate. We did okay.
It was a battle.
What did you think about his questions? Were they hard?
They weren't hard. It's just I should have gone with my gut and not listened to the other people around me.
Yeah, but that's
Sorry,
the fun part
guys,
of
but-
doing that because you get the whole office involved and you hear them screaming at each other because, I got the answer. No, I got the answer. No, I got the answer.
And it's interesting to, they're always on the speakerphone, so you hear the little tapping of the keyboard.
Yes,
They're trying to look it
absolutely.
up, so we had to put a time limit on it.
Time limit.
And it's amazing how fast somebody can find an answer by simply Googling it.
Absolutely.
Within 15 seconds. That's pretty impressive.
It is impressive, and that's why we put our fastest typer on the computer.
Oh, my. But we've got that. Yeah, we do that. We're usually out. Downtown Sundown is going to be starting soon in downtown Wilmington, so that'll be concerts every Friday night.
Very popular.
We'll be a part of that. Of course, a lot of concerts are coming. Raleigh, House of Blues, everywhere, and we'll have tickets for all that. So it's going to be summer and spring always busy. Very busy.
Well, guys, I have to say it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us. Brian and Jim from the Morning Disaster on the Bone Radio,
Thanks for having us.
103.7.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. The Brunswick County Chamber encourages you to keep our community strong. Buy local, buy Brunswick. If you ever have questions or would like more information regarding today's topics, feel free to contact the Brunswick County Chamber at 754-6644 or visit the Chamber's website at brunswickcountychamber.org. I'm your host, Kathy Altman, and you're watching Chamber Highlights on ATMC TV.
Chamber Highlights set is provided by Badcock Home Furniture and More, located on Main Street, Charlotte. Stop by today to find your perfect match.